Hello and welcome back to another video. So today I wanted to talk a bit about my theory as to why Pokemon is printing less of this sort of product. So ETBs, booster boxes, and more of the air products. So stuff like collection boxes, anything that has a low pack to volume ratio. So that's the thesis for today, but before that, thought I'd just touch on my most recent purchase, which is this vibrava. So currently I'm working on the EX Dragon set. I won a couple of auctions for the Muck EX and the, it was another EX from EX Dragon. Really good prices for them, good condition, and then the seller cancelled like 4 days later, which was really disappointing because I was looking forward to getting those, but I ended up just going and buying this Buy It Now instead. I think it was about 12 Australian dollars, and it's really good condition. So not the progress I wanted to be making, but still these setbacks happen. You just have to find your own way forward. So that's the pickup for today. Back to the topic of the video. So I've seen a lot of YouTubers, Pokemon YouTubers recently speculating with mystification, disbelief. They just don't understand why Pokemon has been printing so many collection boxes, so many of these bulky products that contain so much air, when what people really want is packs. All about packs, even ETBs. The amount of packs you get in here relative to the size of the product. This is basically the size of a booster box, but you just don't get the same amount of packs inside. And I think the reason that they're doing this is actually quite simple. And you have to think about the aim of Pokemon. Basically, their number one aim is to sell product. They want to sell as much as possible without diluting their brand, without destroying their image. And if they're running the company well, which I think they have been to the most part, there's some issues, like Ascended Heroes release is a bit of a disaster. But for the most part, they've been doing a good job managing their company. And so they're trying to maximize the amount of product they sell while minimizing the future risk and any future downside. So the biggest issue that has been happening recently and in recent years, and really exploded at the beginning of last year, is the amount of hoarding that's been going on of sealed product. Particularly, and this is the important part, booster boxes and elite trainer boxes. So these products, there have been a lot of investors buying out boxes, buying stuff like Prismatic ETBs, Destined Rivals booster boxes, Mega Evolution booster boxes, Phantasmal Flames booster boxes. Investors want the best, basically, pack to space ratio. So if they can get booster boxes, they will. If it's a specialty set, like 151, they'll settle for the ETB, because that's just the best way to store packs. And it's really about storage space. Obviously, there's some sort of bedroom closet investors that have like 10 products stashed away, like me, stuff they bought. I mean, I'm not an investor, but some investors will have collection boxes and they'll have like 10 collection boxes. But the ones that really matter is the people that are buying out like half a pallet of booster boxes. They're buying like 50, 100, 150, 200 booster boxes of Destined Rivals, storing it away. And what it means is that it creates two issues. Firstly is a current issue where the prices of packs shoot up, the prices of singles shoot up, people can't get product, and that's the current issue for Pokemon to solve. And it also creates a potential future issue where if there's any perceived weakness in that product, it could all come to the market at once and it could be a massive issue. So the way Pokemon, I think, is choosing to counter it is moving away from producing booster boxes and ETBs and producing more collection boxes. And what happens with these collection boxes is that they get opened. The ratio of collection boxes being opened to being hoarded is extremely high compared to other products right now. And sure, a lot of them are going to rip and ship streamers and not to the direct consumer, but a lot of them through like Costco dumps, stuff like that, they're getting as many packs possible into the hands of people who actually are going to open the cards. And this pushes down the price of the single packs. It pushes down the price of the singles. It makes the hobby feel more balanced at a time when it's really out of balance. And it also means that there's less stuff being hoarded to sell at a later date, which helps reduce potential future risk for Pokemon as a brand. And so I think it's actually a pretty smart approach to the situation. The other options they have, which is they could have massively increased the print runs for booster boxes and ETBs. The issue of that is probably one, they're not quite able to at the moment with their current production facilities. And two, if it all just gets hoarded, you have that huge potential future risk, because at some point there will be a set which doesn't go up after release and goes down after release, and then a massive wave of hoarded supply would potentially hit the market all at once, which could cause huge brand damage in future. Because Pokemon, they do want the investors. It's a huge part of their current market share that they're selling to. And if they can retain as many of them as possible into this new future where they can print a bit more, they'll help try and maintain a stable demand. I think they're approaching it in a really intelligent way, even if as a consumer, it's not always what you want, because this stuff's expensive. Even this ETB, and this is only a few years old. I pre-ordered this on release actually. I pre-ordered 2, this is the second one. So this is a three-year-old box now. And this is hundreds of dollars, when really it's like not the amount of packs in here to justify that price probably. But it could be a Charizard. 151's a cool set. And people are going to want this stuff in the future probably to open. But that's my thesis for why Pokemon is printing more collection boxes, less booster boxes. Let me know what you think. What's your opinion on this? Do you think I'm correct? Do you think it's rubbish? And thanks for watching. See you in the next video.